Ruby Kaur. That was book 3 of the year, and my first book for the month of February. So, the best way to describe to you what this book is there's one page that she wrote that basically sums it all up. So I think I'm just going to read that to give you an overview of what the book is. And then there are a few places that I have marked, and I'm going to choose like 3 of them, although there's a ton. I'm going to choose 3 and read to you. So this is what the book is about. Okay. Oh. Milk and Honey is a collection of poetry about love, loss, trauma, abuse, healing, and femininity. It is split into 5 chapters. Each chapter serves a different purpose, deals with a different pain, heals with a different heartache. Milk and Honey takes readers through a journey of the most bitter moments in life and finds sweetness in them, because there is sweetness everywhere if you are just willing to look. So, I'm going to show you this. This is where I have marked the book up of all of these special things. Yes, I have. So I'm going to read you the first one that I chose, the last one I chose, and one in the middle. So this is the first one. And throughout this book, she has included her own notes and annotations, so I will also read those. I do not want to have you to fill the empty parts of me. I want to be full on my own. I want to be so complete that I could light a whole city, and then I want to have you, because the 2 of us combined could set it on fire. Now, this was the note that she wrote with it. One of my readers proposed to their partner in the middle of my show right after I read this poem. There were over 2,000 of us in the room. The theater erupted. She said yes. The last one that I made a little note about, let me find it. This one. And I ask you to come back and you stay quiet. Dash the answer. And then let's just pick a random one from the middle. I don't know what living a balanced life feels like. When I am sad, I don't cry, I pour. When I'm happy, I don't smile, I glow. When I'm angry, I don't yell, I burn. The good thing about feeling in extremes is when I love, I give them wings. But perhaps that isn't such a good thing, because they always tend to leave. And you should see me when my heart is broken. I don't grieve, I shatter. If you have never read Milk and Honey, I highly recommend you do so. You can either read this, which is the 10th anniversary edition. You can read the paperback edition, and then there's a hardback edition of it. The paperback and hardback are in black and white, and it's just a very special book, and you don't understand it until you've read it. This is probably my new favorite book at the moment. I adore cats. This is by Walter Chandoa. He wrote the foreword to the book. He wrote it right before he passed away in January of 2019. And he photographed cats for over 75 years. And basically, to give you a little rundown, it started with his cat, Loco, when they lived in an apartment in Queens. I think it was Queens. But when him and his wife lived in this one apartment, and he started taking photos of him, and then it just progressed into this beautiful imagery of how in the 1960s, if you walked down the supermarket aisle, all of the bags of cat food had his photos on them. And he was doing stuff for magazines and advertising, and it was just incredible. And as you can see, I have marked the book up. So I'm going to flip to a few of my favorites, and just show them to you. So that's one of my favorite quotes. Perhaps his secret weapon was that he was a diehard cat man and loved the animals through and through. And then look at that picture of a cat with a high heel. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. And then look at this orange cat in a bathtub. And then this says, if you know your subjects well, you also know what they will and will not do in a given situation. But you often have to wait a very long time for them to do it. A Siamese and a rabbit in New Jersey in 1960. And there's picture 1, and there's picture 2, which I marked because I just love the cat jumping in the air over a rabbit. And this quote says, most people like to consider cats as loners. They're actually very gregarious. They will group together just as a family will. The Mob, New Jersey, 1961. And this, I believe, is the photo that I had seen before on Pinterest. And I was like, where did that come from? You can see both of these, but this is the one I want to zoom in on. This is the most beautiful looking little kitten. It is a Persian kitten, New Jersey, 1962. I'm in love with it. Also, I don't think I actually showed Loco, who was basically the inspiration for him to learn how to do more cat photography. But this is a picture of Loco jumping. It was in New Jersey, 1960. He brought Loco home as a present for his wife in 1949.